Well, American University professor of political science and international affairs, William Lawrence, joins me now to talk more about all this. Thanks for being with us. So, we had this attack in the Black Sea in which a Russian warship was nearly blown up. We've had this attack a couple of days before inside Russia by an anti-Kremlin group. It does give the impression, does it not, of a Russian military that's very much on the back foot here. What's your view?
Well, they're spread thin. I think the most significant of all of these things was embedded in the middle of your report there that 20,000 Russian soldiers were killed in one battle for Bakhmut, which is triple the official statistic of the Russian government, which only says 6,000 soldiers were killed in the entire conflict. And if you believe the NATO estimates and other outside groups, that 205,000 Russian soldiers have been killed or eliminated in this conflict in one way or another, which was more than the total amount amassed on the border before the invasion a year ago. That really speaks to how weak the situation is. And if you see the cross-border incursion as basically a doubling the length of the border. So the Russians want you to believe the border is the one inside Ukraine. But if you take the whole other border, which has just been doubled, as an area the Ukrainians are willing to cross and fight across, that really changes the game quite a bit.
And what are we to make of these anti-Putin militias? This is the group that launched, claims to have launched the attack in Belgorod inside Russia. Is this a sign of more of this to come?
Definitely a sign of more to come, but I think it's using Putin's tactic against Putin. So all the analysts started thinking of the little green men who came into Donbass in 2014, the supposedly dissident Ukrainians who were there to take back their homeland for Russia, and now we have sort of similar thing going on. You know, whether these are Russians from Russia or Russians from Ukraine, it inverts Putin's narrative, which is that somehow he's liberating Russians in Ukraine and returning to the homeland, and instead the Ukrainians are saying, no, our Russians are against you, and they're going to attack you, and with American equipment.
And all of this is happening, and the much talked about Ukrainian counteroffensive hasn't even materialized yet.
That's clearly delayed. So a lot of the things that you listed and others that you didn't list are probing of the Russian defenses to see how the counteroffensive is going to go. Many military analysts believe it's not going to be, a multi-pronged offensive with a lot of troops across this whole border or the double in size border, but rather a slicing operation from some central point in Ukraine to the sea to cut Crimea off, which would have tactical, operational, and strategic importance to basically say, we can cut in half all the land you're occupying, cut off the land bridge, isolate these Russian troops and civilians to the south, and begin reclaiming our territory.
Good to get your analysis on this, William Lawrence. Thanks for being with us.
Pleasure.